What's up, all you beautiful noodle nerds? Welcome back to the Ramen Review. Today we're gonna do something I've been wanting to try for a really long time. I don't know how this is gonna go at all. Kind of a new segment to the channel, but we're gonna figure it out as we go. This is kind of gonna be like an unboxing of sorts, but we're still gonna review some ramen. So today, thanks to Sister Ramen, she sent me this glorious package of random ramen. Today we're going to start the random ramen review. Like magic. If you're wondering what it's like to order one of those random bundles you see on Amazon, so this is an exciting way to try a whole bunch of different ramen quickly. We're going to eat all of this today. I'm just kidding. That is a flat out lie. We're going to see how many of these we can get through today. This is probably going to be a multi-part mini-series of random ramen review. Let's try and take a look, see what's inside, and we're just going to pick out a couple and get started, and we'll see how far we make it. Again, I did get one set of chopsticks and one demolished fortune cookie. So this is 15 packs of random ramen. Right off the bat, this might look familiar. We recently reviewed the Shin. I love this. There's one that instantly caught my eye while it was still in its giant cellophane confinement. They have a sriracha yakisoba. We're definitely trying this one today.
Yeah, spoiler alert. We definitely did try that one today, but I'm not going to give you the review right now. You're going to have to stick around till the end of the video to see the reviews for all the different ramen we gorged on today. So welcome back to the Ramen Review. My name is Chase, and I'm going to be your rambling, gorging host. Hopefully it's not too disgusting or off-putting with how much ramen we are going to try to consume, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. As you can see, I'm throwing up every individual packet onto the screen so you can see what they are, but I figured I would save you the details now, and we would get into each specific ramen package as we review them and detail their intricacies. Now, I am no ramen historian, but I do have a thing called Google that's going to help me out, and hopefully we can give you enough information to decide if this is something you want in your pantry. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get slurping.
I'm just going to pick out a couple, and we're going to just start cooking, and we're going to see how many of these, but we're going to see how many of these we can get through today. Can't promise you a whole lot, but I'm going to try my best. I think if we get 3, we'll be good. That's what? 5 episodes? 3 times 5, 15. I mathed. Don't forget that next time when I don't math, that I did math. All right, we'll be right back. So first up, we're going to take on the Sapporo Ichiran Sriracha Yakisoba.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with yakisoba, it is just a Japanese fried noodle. This is by Sapporo Ichiban. I did do a review of 3 of their other noodle types in the last episode. I did not know that these existed until I saw this package, and I got extremely excited because I do like sriracha. Yeah, quick little... have to show at least one ramen cook, but I won't do it all because your time's worth more than this.
All right, since this is a dry noodle, we're just going to put this on a plate. Well, that doesn't look great, does it? You thought my plating was bad in the last video. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. All right. Again, this is the Sapporo Ichiran Sriracha flavor. Get all that goodness out.
It only came with the 1 pack, and it's kind of interesting. It came out kind of yellow, but as soon as it became moist, it turned sriracha red. I know some people hate the word moist.
How many of y'all actually like sriracha? And where do you rank it in terms of your favorite hot sauces? I'm curious. All right, it's as good as it's gonna get for now. But that looks pretty good. Looks nice and red, looks like sriracha. Give it a bite. First time going down. That's nice. Noodles have a great texture.
Yeah, I apologize you had to hear that mouth hoover slurping. They were a lot more dry than I expected. They were unslurpable. You just kind of had to shove them in, chew it. The noodles did have a good texture initially. They're kind of soft, but they're really chewy. They didn't want to break down very easily. I did cook it to according to instructions. However, they did kind of become a chore. They were very, very chewy. They did taste exactly like sriracha, and I think I mentioned I love sriracha. I couldn't tell if there was any base flavor though. I mean, it really just kind of tasted like a basic instant noodle just coated in sriracha. Again, not a huge problem for me. I would say the spice was right on par with typical sriracha. But yeah, the chewing definitely became a point of contention with me and these noodles. But anyways, let's get straight to the review.
So overall, in terms of heat, I'd give this like a 5 out of 10. Noodles, I'd give maybe a 6 out of 10. Overall, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. On to the next. The next one, I want something brothy. It was a little too dry. I don't know if I can chew through a whole nother one of these kind of stir-fried noodles. So let's take a look, see which one looks like it has a good soup base. All right, next up, we're gonna try this one.
Yeah, this whole package has pretty much zero English on it other than really small cooking instructions. So I have no idea what it's called at this point, but I will use that Google.
Quick, let's see what's inside the package. Oh, interesting. So this is one of the smaller packets. And I'm making a mess everywhere. But these noodles definitely look a little more yellow than what we typically see. Ooh. You get a fancy pack. It's a 2-for-1er. One has veggies on it. Oh, and one has chilies. So I do think it's going to be hot. I'm excited. We'll be slurping in just 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was a little exaggeration. It definitely took longer than 2 seconds. I had to cook the noodles and I had to do this whole thing. And the powder smelled great, but the oil had a hard time coming out. And I started having flashbacks of the black garlic tonkatsu from Costco that I couldn't get out of the pack to save my life. But with a little chopstick action, we were able to get it all out.
Let's taste the broth first. Like I said, any good ramen review should always start with the broth.
I concur, young man.
That is extremely salty. It's good though. I'm gonna have elephant feet in the morning.
Yeah, any of my fellow ramen lovers know what I'm talking about. You've had too much ramen, too much sodium. You start to retain water and your feet get all bloated. So these are the, and I don't know how to pronounce it, Wei Wei or Wai Wai. They are a Thai noodle company. And these are the Tom Yum Mun Goong flavor, which my understanding is just kind of shrimp and chili based. You could definitely taste the shrimp. There was a strong lime flavor, and then there was also kind of this tangy vinegary flavor, which all three together I really didn't mind. I actually really enjoyed this flavor. The noodles were more firm than the Sapporo, which I also kind of enjoyed, but they broke down easier. They were a lot easier to chew, and they held onto the broth quite well.
Because the other one was so dry, I am going to drink this broth going full elephant feet. Assuming there's a lot of sodium in here, at least by the taste of it. But we don't leave any ramen behind.
Never. Well, sometimes when it's just really, really not good. I don't need to submit myself to torture. But this broth, like I said, I really enjoyed this. It was very unique. I had never tasted ramen broth like this before. And yeah, overall, it was a good experience.
I think in terms of spice, I would give this about a 4 out of 10. It actually has a really nice spice to it. The noodles, I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10. They're interesting. I do like it better than that Sapporo noodle that I just ate, the Sriracha Sapporo noodle. And I gave that one a 7 out of 10. So therefore, I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. All right, I am starting to get full. So I'm going to do one more, and it's going to be one of the smaller packets. So hang on for just 1.5 seconds, and I'll be right back with my decision. All right, so we've done a spicy one. Well, actually, they were both kind of spicy, but we did a sriracha based, we did a shrimp based, and now we're gonna try a beef. Now we're gonna try a beef based ramen. Yeah, we're gonna do a smaller one. The rest were shrimp flavored, and we just did shrimp flavored and shrimped out for the moment.
Yeah, all the other small packs, because I was getting full, were all shrimp based, and just that's a little too much shrimp for me. So we're gonna hit all the bases: sriracha, shrimp, beef now. I believe this is a Chinese company. Kung Fu Oriental Noodles. Oh, that came out so good.
Going back to the wood chopsticks. However, I did forget to do the traditional unpackaging of the ramen. Did come with 2 packs. Flavored oil. And then we have a seasoning pack. You see, it's got tiny little cows on there.
Well, that's very astute of you. It is a beef broth after all. And then this oil, it didn't really have much of a smell or taste, so I'm not sure what that is. Weird color though.
All right, let's start with the broth. It's got a nice deep brown color.
Yeah, I want to say the broth tasted almost more earthy or not florally, kind of more earthy than beefy. If that makes any sense at all. But it just wasn't very strong. It didn't have a lot of flavor. The noodles were kind of an in-between of the previous two. They had the softness of the Sapporo, but they were able to kind of break down when you chew them, like the Wai. I forget the name. But yeah, I don't know. This kind of just felt like a very, very basic ramen. Nothing to write home about. The noodles were its redeeming quality. But let's just get to the review.
So there's 0 spice on this one at all. Anyone could handle this. There's literally 0 spice. I'd give the noodles a 7 out of 10. Actually, I'm going to give the noodles a 7.5 out of 10. These noodles are really good for being instant noodles. Overall, it's not my favorite ramen by any means. It's better than average. And the only reason I'm going to say it's better than average is because of the noodle. Otherwise, it just tastes like you boiled hot water and put a couple beef bouillon cubes in there, and that's what you're drinking. I will give this a 6 out of 10. Sorry, Kung Fu Oriental Noodles. It's not my best review for you, but that's just my personal opinion. And remember, all my reviews are just my own personal opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. You like what you like, and I like what I like. That's going to do it for today. But if you like anything ramen related, whether it's instant, whether it's restaurant reviews, whether it's recipes, feel free to hit that subscribe button because that's all I do on this channel. I'll be reviewing all that ramen you saw earlier in the near future. I'll also be going to a restaurant tomorrow, so it's another reason why I'm kind of taking it easy on the ramen today. But it's supposedly the best ramen restaurant in Utah. So you're going to want to stay tuned to that, especially if you live in Utah. So again, my name's Chase. This is the Ramen Review. Please leave something down in the comments if there's some ramen that you saw there that you liked, that you've had, or didn't like. That's going to do it. Until next time, thank you so much. So much ramen.